Sien dat almal kak maak in die land. Tres en my, ons doen die ene vir jou. Cheers.
Tres en my. Ek kan nie glo na al die jare, al ons blonde hare. Jy het so mooi gesorg vir ons blondies rondom my. Tres en my. Daai rooi kabouter sit se klomp barbare, toe ek klik sien die kokare jou raak gery. Tres en my. Ons harte wit daar maak my moer se groot skade, die gekookte hare nie bedoel vir jou en my. Tres en my. Daai gekookte hare wat al was met seep en jou vir alles blameer. Tres en my. Tres en my onthou jy hoe ons lekker lag, om te sien hoe hulle daar die koeke was, maar jou sagte wit shampoo is vir my bedoel. Hulle dans en verwoes nou al die kliks, maar kliks is BEE level 6. Hulle maak al eie naam gat en al eie werkloos. Tres en my. Ek kan nie glo na al die jare, al ons blonde hare. Jy het so mooi gesorg vir ons blondies rondom my. Tres en my. Daai rooi kabouter sit se klomp barbare, toe ek klik sien die kokare jou raak gery. Tres en my. Ons harte wit daar maak my moer se groot skade, die gekookte hare nie bedoel vir jou en my. Tres en my. Daai gekookte hare wat al was met seep en jou vir alles blameer. Tres en my.
Die Preez word met trots geborg deur want ek is boer.
Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Chris Wyatt Africa on the Adaba Africa channel, right here on YouTube. Pleasure to have you all back once again joining us. And today, a little bit of a mild celebration here on the channel. We achieved 20,000 subscribers a short while ago, earlier this morning. Actually captured it. I didn't miss it when it popped up. 20,000, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Isn't that amazing? 20,000. Thank you so much to all those who support the channel, all those who watch the channel, to the trolls who took the time to subscribe just so you could be difficult. Thank you to all the folks who have gone out, promoted this channel, Hendo, Erica, Lynn, all the folks who worked so hard to promote the channel. Really do appreciate it, everybody, for spreading the word. Everybody, it's so great. It's been a wonderful experience. I've enjoyed it so much. It has not come without frustration at times. There have been times I've been frustrated both by the platform provider, YouTube, as well as frustrated by some of the trolls. Not that the trolls get to me, but I don't like when they pollute the chat and people don't like to have a good time as a consequence. Really, it's been with challenges, but it has been quite amazing. So thank you to Lee Robertson for the super chat for Tres en my. Always much appreciated. Thank you for that. Brett Sessoms just gave his super chat, waiting for that to come up on the screen. And there it is. Brett's super chat says, safest countries in Africa, most dangerous. Cape Verde is one of the safest countries in Africa. Used to be able to say that about Botswana, but that's not the case anymore. Mauritius, Rwanda is one of the safest countries in Africa to go to. There's a few others. Tunisia is relatively safe. Just be careful of pickpockets in tourist areas. But so far as life and limb, there are plenty of safe countries in Africa. But when it comes to just total safety, you'd have to look at Mauritius, Rwanda, and a few other places. Absolutely. So let's see. Thank you for the super chats. And thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It's been an amazing ride thus far. I mean, technically, if we want to look at this, I'd have to say it took me 14 years to get 20,000 subscribers because I've had an account since 2006. But honestly, we didn't really start doing this until mid-February and didn't start doing daily live streams until the end of May. So if we go June, July, August, September, October, and now it's November, that's 6 months we get to 20,000. That's absolutely astonishing. Thank you so much for the support. It is very much appreciated by me and by many of the people who enjoy the channel because they enjoy the content. They really do. So thank you so much for that. And we don't try to keep it just to one topic here. We focus on many different things. So thank you all for your support. It has been truly amazing. I really am grateful for that. Let's put this up there. There you go. Woo. There you go, folks. 20,000 subscribers. There you go. Put that over there. Current. Just over that threshold right now. I'm going to put that up there for this stream. Thank you so much for that. Let me say hello to everybody that's in the chat, and then I want to get to some tragic news, and we'll get to that, unfortunately. But before we get to the tragic news, let's talk about some of the better news. Here we go, folks. Yeah, so, well, actually, let me get this up. I don't want to mess this up. I want to make sure that I get the right window open, so let me take care of this. I'll bring up an Oculus window so that it's not related to the story I want to talk about. Yeah, Ramaphosa will have a no-confidence vote next week. Wow, is that true? Shocking news from U.S. News and World Report. Let's see if this comes up, okay? And then we'll get back to it. So where are you hiding at? Come here. Come here. There you are. My little electrons. Okay, there you go. All right, and we will close the camera and see if we got the right. Oh, good. Okay, so that's going to work. We got the right one. Anyway, folks, let me get to the chat and say hello to everybody as quickly as I can here. The audience is not particularly large, so I should be able to get to most people contributing to the chat without any difficulty. There's Erica once again at the start. Thank you, Erica and Hendo, two regular standbys. Can always count on them being there, and Lynn as well. Even when folks don't have data, they go out of their way to try to make the stream. I'm very grateful for that. I know that people pay for data in much of Africa, so thank you so much for that. I mean, we pay for data all over the world, but here I pay for an unlimited amount. Of course, I pay a king's ransom for it, but that's another story. At least I can get to it. Paulie is there once again. Paulie's a longtime viewer of the channel, a fireman, been with us from the very beginning. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank first responders, firefighters, and law enforcement for all that they do for each and every day. Saving lives, making a difference, helping protect us from natural disasters, from man-made disasters, and from thugs and criminals. So shake the hand. Oh, wait, it's COVID-19. You can't shake a hand. Elbow bump, a firefighter. There you go. Paulie, thank you for all that you do. Appreciate it. I'm sure that you made a difference in people's lives. There's no doubt in my mind about it. Lawrence 007 is back again. Whew. I'll be back. I'm going to my Aston Martin. Shaq Dweller, good to see you once again. One of our latest spanners on the channel and doing a good job of it thus far. Anyway, so Carl, always know Carl's there with a hello. Brett, welcome to you. Thank you for the congratulations. Tony Nagy up there in Canada likes the 20,000 subscribers. Me as well. Me to you says, Namaste, mortals. We are mortal. That's the part that's true. Abraham Janssen van Rensburg reminds us that just 16 days from today is the day of the vow. And it is a national holiday in South Africa, but not for that reason anymore. We will celebrate it. We'll talk about the Battle of Blood River, the Covenant, and the Trek Boers right here on Chris Wyatt Africa on the 16th of December. Thank you for that, folks, and come back for that. Dion Gerba is here. Good to see you, Dion, once again. And what else? Ice is back. Ice has been with us for a long time. I remember Ice because I was like, is it really Ice? Well, what is IC3ZA? And somebody had taken the E, so he used the 3. So Ice, good to see you once again. Originally saw you on Ronaldo's channel, I think is when I first came across you. Beth is here. Hey, Beth, thank you very much. I hope that your subscriber numbers have been ticked up a little bit this week. Folks, check out Beth's channel. Beth's you're a spanner on here. Beth, feel free to post a link to your channel if you don't mind. Just do that very quickly if you don't mind. You're welcome to do it. It's not self-promotion if I ask you to do it. And folks, check out Beth's channel. She's kind of esoteric and interesting, and some of her conversations are really, really clever. So, well, they're probably all really, really clever, but we can't give her all the credit, can we? So check out Beth's channel if you'd like. That's available on YouTube as well. Let's see. Lawrence says, congrats. Thank you so much for that. Lars Salas is here once again. Love to see Lars Salas. Always happy to have Lars Salas along. Vexoig Schlockzoig 20,000. So now what? 25,000. That's the Christmas goal, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Christmas goal. Eugene Carato says congrats. Thank you so much. Roy P.O. congrats. Thank you. And what else? Marauder 8310. Congrats on 20,000. Who knows how many more it could be without subscriber fraud going. No doubt about it. I think that YouTube is using Dominion to control my subscribers. That's it. If it wasn't for Dominion, I'd have 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's actually funny. No matter where you sit on the fence when it comes to the election, that's humorous, I think. Ron von Ryman says, congrats. Thank you so much from the Netherlands, Ron. I appreciate it. in your Dutch there. And then Yanni Meyer. Yanni Meyer's here. Hey, Yanni, good to see you again. Yanni, bye donkey for filling in as a last-minute substitution last week. Literally last minute. I mean, literally. It was 10:59 when I sent the link to Yanni to fill in. And we got him on the channel after the hour started. And I always have my guest on before the hour. It's because he pulled over at the side of the road because Valerie had no internet and he didn't want to disappoint. So thank you so much for that, Yanni. It's appreciate it. He says, congratulations, a very intelligent, eloquent, knowledgeable man. Thank you so much. By the way, folks, Yanni is trying to do some good work to help people when it comes to fighting fires. I don't know if I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I haven't really shared that with folks, but we'll keep that under a hat for now. Any further. And then let's see what else. Erica says, congratulations. Lynn says, it's been a pleasure growing your subscriber base. Yeah, Lynn's worked very hard as well, spreading the word. Thank you for that, especially amongst Rhodesians, but not exclusively. Rowan Swat, good evening to you. Martin K, you like the jersey? Yeah, it's a Stormers jersey, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go, Stormers Road jersey. Super Rugby. Here you go, folks. Stormers all the way. Western Province. Yes, I know they didn't win this crazy, whatever it was, Super Rugby South Africa nonsense, but it's on to Curry Cup now. Let's see what happens there. Right, Jansa van Rensburg says, good evening to the mods and the rest of the Chris Wyatt tribe. Paul Hotshot van Billion says, herzlichen Glückwunsch, Onkel Chris. Vielen Dank, Paul, das ist aber nett von dir. Und wir sind sehr froh heute, weil wir haben also dieses Ziel erreicht. Wir sind da. Ja, 20.000. Ich habe auf 20.000 mehr als 6 Wochen gewartet und gehofft. Und wir sind endlich da. We're finally there. Anyway, so I'm sure the Afrikaners can pick up a few of those words. Charmaine Abbott says, I love your channel. Well, thank you so much for that, Charmaine. I love that you love the channel. I'm glad you find it interesting. By the way, folks, let me put this up very quickly, too. Somebody kindly took a screen capture. I've been a little busy and hadn't got around doing this myself, but this is quite a good job. Quite a good job on this this capture. So let me put this up and tell me what you guys think of it. This is from, we did our preview when my Santa outfit arrived. So I saved this the other day. So check this out, folks. How's that look? Ooh, who's that oak? Who does he look like? Check it out. That's a pretty good picture. Whoever did a good job on that. Somebody put that in my moderator group. Thank you so much for that. I didn't get a chance to see who it was. Well done. Well done. There's the Santa image. We will be doing a Christmas program here on Chris Wyatt Africa, ladies and gentlemen. You can bring the kids if you like. We're not going to break anybody's hearts. I'm not going to claim to be Santa Claus. We're just one of Santa's helpers. And we're talking about Christmas and where Christmas comes from, what it's all about. We will have musicians on the show. That's the plan. Right now, Jezelle is already on the hook for it, whether she knows it or not. I have invited Dean Chansey from Texas to be on the show to perhaps sing with us as well. Marley's from Namibia, from the famous viral video, My Folk Marley's. Remember that video where she was learning how to ride a bicycle as an adult? As a 19-year-old learning how to ride a bicycle for the first time and ran into a rugby post that went viral. She'll be potentially on the channel as well as Santa's helper. I will reach out to Steve Hofmeyer as well as Dupree van Heerden and Monty Jackson as well to see if any of them would like to come on the program. That would be awesome. I'll try to get them. That reminds me, I need to talk to Monty Jackson because I haven't talked to him in a couple days. He was busy with concerts over the weekend. So let me touch base with him and see where he's at and get him back on the channel. So tomorrow, Dr. Lisa Briggs will be on the channel. She's a social scientist who worked with me at U.S. Africa Command. She currently works for the U.S. Marine Corps Intelligence Department. So we'll be talking about Africa tomorrow in general. So not South Africa specifically, but across the continent tomorrow. That's my special feature guest tomorrow, Dr. Lisa Briggs. Looking forward to it. She's quite a talented person. Got a good head on her shoulders. We'll talk about Africa tomorrow. On Wednesday, Phil Craig from the Cape Independent Advocacy Group will be back on the channel talking to us about the 5th of December and the planned march in support of Cape secession in the Western Cape on the 5th of December. So Phil will be back on the channel. I've had him around here previously, along with the other key leaders from secession movements, including Hein Marks and Des Palm, from Cape Exit, from ULA, and of course, Phil Craig. So I'll have all of those guys on, and I've had them all on, and we'll have Phil on Wednesday. Thursday, right now, the plan is Valerie Blanifid from the Black Monday. She's organized for Black Monday. We plan to have her on, on Thursday. And that's the plan for right now. 15th December is also Pardekai commemoration. Okay, thank you, Yanni, for that. Maybe we'll do something for that as well. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good point. Yanni, just put that up there. Where's it at? Yeah. My chat's way behind here, folks. Okay, cool beans. All right, so what do you guys think of the Santa picture? Was that all right? That's pretty cool. It was nicely done. It not even posed for it. That was just off a screen capture. That was well done. Whoever caught that. It might have been Hendo. I'm not sure. But let's see. Let me catch back up in the chat here. And let me see. Nigel says hello. And then Sloth Puppy is back. Hey, where you been hiding at, man? Good to see you again. Beth says, thank you. You're welcome, Beth. Make sure you put she did put her link up. Good. Anna-Marie Forster, also known by her pseudonym Anna-Marie Nell, is back. Apparently spending way too much time on that honeymoon, Anna-Marie. What's going on there? There was a time there when I was your favorite contact. You were talking to me every day, and mentioning guests, sending me contacts for all these people. And now you run off and get married, and we never hear from you. Oh, Anne-Marie said, don't get too big. I won't get too big. My friends desert me. Anne-Marie Nell has been missing. Of course, I don't really know Anne-Marie Nell. I know Anne-Marie Forster. So that kind of threw me off. Anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. Neil Jeffries here once again. Neil, your son has been popping on the chat. Interesting chap there, Kieran. We're happy to have him in. We appreciate it. Lynn says, fiber being installed while we speak. Finally, Lynn's going to get some decent data connection there. Just Jans is back. Good to see you again. Let's see what else. Charmaine says, congrats on 20,000 for the coverage you give us in SA. It's my pleasure. Whether it's information that you find here on this channel about South Africa and about Africa, whatever you find interesting, I appreciate your subscription and your patronage. John Kennedy said, America falls, the whole world falls. We enter into horrible darkness. Yeah, it'll be like the 1930s all over again. Really sad. The march of socialism and totalitarianism is definitely moving very fast. Kyle says, absolutely brilliant, great accomplishment. We'll get you to 25 by the end of the year. That'd be awesome. Well, we want to get there by Christmas Day. It's my Christmas present. That or a program on broadcast media. We'll see. The Brew says, hey, the Brew's back. Good to see you again. Showing the young guns how it's done. Indeed, the Brew. That's right. It's funny because when I was talking to Dr. Briggs earlier, she said that's because she knows me. She said, that's a great fit for you, what you're doing. You're really well suited for that. And it's also awesome, she said, because, people in our age cohort are supposedly don't get involved with the internet and don't do those sorts of things. It's good for you to show people that's not the case. And I told her, I said, well, my pleasure. I've been doing technology since the 70s and I've been around with it for long. Who's my favorite dictator? That's a good question. Augustino Pinochet. Augustino Pinochet is probably my favorite dictator of all time. It's kind of a weird question, but yeah, he's about my favorite dictator. That Tata sponsorship, Land Rover. Sorry, spelling mistake. Big difference between Land Rover and Tata Ice. Lee Roberts say, Sharon Westfall, good to see you there. Let's see. News of my mom. My mom is still in hospital. She's not so well. Thank you for asking, Lee. I appreciate that. Going to check in on her later today. Lots going on. I'm supposed to be in Ghana right now, folks. For those who don't know, I'm supposed to be in Ghana doing a presentation. Actually, I would have finished my presentation about 20 minutes ago for my session. That was put off for today because the organizer couldn't get there himself. He was flying from the UK, and when he went to the airport, they wouldn't let him get him on the plane because Ghana changed its visa requirements without notifying the world. So you can no longer get a visa on arrival for certain countries in Ghana. Now you must have the visa before you go. And ostensibly, they must give you the visa based on, I guess, a COVID test. I don't know, but it won't be much good. By the time you get the visa, the COVID will be over 96 hours, a week old. Chris Bodenhorst, good to see you again. Ashley, welcome to you. Anita Zondach, welcome. Thank you so much. And then Brett says, congrats. Thank you. Tony Nagy, thumbs up and a heart. And what? The real Santa, says Ice. Let's see. Chris Mess Time. Clever, Neil. That's where Chris comes from. It's short for Christ. I was born on Christmas Day, and my grandfather nicknamed me Chris. And my father filled out the birth certificate and didn't put Chris down. And my father won the battle but lost the war. I've been known as Chris ever since. Paulie says, is Santa in disguise? I am today. I'm a stormer today. I'm a lock. Go up and catch that ball. Take it down in the line out. Anyway, let's see what else. Elizabeth's here. Are you going for the classic Royal Santa look? Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Did you like that? Let me put that back up, folks. What do you guys think? That's a cool outfit, isn't it? That's a classic St. Nicholas look with the gold trim on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to wear a pillow, though, because I'm not fat. But I do have the beard. Somebody said put talcum powder on the beard. Well, if I do that, it's going to really be messy, so I'll think about it. Anyway, there's the Santa look right there, folks. St. Nicholas, Santa Claus. Brett says, desire for Cape Secession is unrealistic. Brett, did you have a question in your super chat that I didn't answer? Let me go back and see if I missed that. No, I answered your question. Sorry, just remembering that, okay? Okay. Let's see. Desire for Cape Succession is unrealistic, says Brett Sessoms. Well, don't tell that to Hein Marks, Des Palm, or Phil Craig. They'll be very bummed out. They think it's real. They think they can make it happen. Let's see what else. Unless, of course, you have $1 million to spare, then I'll sit on your knee. This is Nigel. John Kennedy, if America. Oh, there you got there. 15th December is a par. Is that supposed to be par Denkmal? Is that what that's supposed to be, Yanni? Hank Adrian says back again. Good to see you then. There. Anna Marie says side job. She's Santa. Really? Paul Kagame is my favorite dictator, says Brett Sessoms. I could see the appeal there. He's also successful. Park Chung-hee was an excellent dictator for South Korea. Actually, that's a fair argument, Brett. That's a fair argument. South Korea, not exactly a paragon of democracy up until the 1990s. Definitely a state that was totalitarian in many respects, but they emerged from the depths of abject poverty and total destruction from the Korean conflict, being poorer than North Korea to being one of the world's most dynamic economies and people with incredibly high standard of living. So now when they got to the thing is that you can have totalitarianism for a period of time and you can grow. You can have the strong man. You can have the strong party that rules with an iron fist to keep things under control so you can achieve a certain point. But at a certain point, an economy and society cannot continue to grow unless people have free expression, free assembly, freedom of speech, free ideas, so they can come up with creativity. When creativity is stifled, you can push resources for a certain period of time, but you can't do it into perpetuity. So countries have to find that moment. And Ethiopia was on the verge of that a few years ago. They had totalitarians that were running that state, Marxists controlling it, pushing it during a certain direction, pushing all their weight to make it happen. They had some success. It's a fair argument. But at some point, they had to ease up and give people freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. And with the ascension of Abiy, that is what happened. And we've seen a lot of challenge with Ethiopia since then, especially now with their attacks in Tigray, which no one's talking about. Yep. Let's see what else. Who else we got here? Ungara Myberg says, good evening. Good evening to you, Ungara. Byron Smith, welcome to you. And let's see what else. Brett says, I was born on March 12th, 1986. Ouch. March 12th of 1986, I was probably on a field exercise somewhere in Germany. Unless it was a weekend, then I might have been on a trip somewhere. General Inflatables is back. Love the Santa look. Thanks, General Inflatables. I like the gold trim. Never seen that before. The gold trim is pretty cool. I like that. Yep, it's good stuff. Okay, what else we got here? Ron is back to his Dutch. Take your Australia apologies for war crimes. Oh, you're taking Australia's apologies for war crimes. Rob, when did Australia apologize for war crimes, and what war crimes did they apologize for? You're going to have to fill me in. I haven't heard about that. I must have missed that news. But yeah, no, I don't know, Rob. Please fill me in. Welcome to Rob McLaren once again. Good to have our roadies with us. So what war crimes are they apologizing for? For Vietnam? The war crimes were committed against the Australians. What war crimes did the Australians commit? That's interesting. Corona is boring. Do the alien things. Says, my favorite dictator is Pikal. Okay, I'm not familiar with Pikal. Is he a Roman dictator? Brett says, I'm so glad these two colony farmers got acquitted. They never killed anyone. Yeah, no, that's going to cause all kinds of problems. I'm sure the EFF is going to get all excited about that. All right, I did promise that I want to talk about this tragic situation, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know, this doesn't get much media attention because nobody pays attention to this country anymore because it's an absolute joke when it comes to governance. But it's not a joke what's happened to these folks. Ladies and gentlemen, dozens are feared dead in Zimbabwe mine collapse. That was on Wednesday last week. And hope for survivors is dimming as the hour progresses. It's the latest tragedy in a series of strings of COVID people desperate for money going to illegal gold mines, and dozens are feared dead, and others are still trapped underground. Let me give you the update on that from the Chinese news, or All African News, excuse me. Chinese company halts search for trapped miners. Chinese mining company operating in Premier State, Zimbabwe, where 10 illegal miners are allegedly buried alive last week, has halted its search operations. The halt, Zhong Jin says, will run until police produce concrete evidence there were indeed missing persons from the local community. So the Chinese people there refuse to do any search until the police tell them they actually have people underground. So there are claims there are people underground. There are 30 miners unaccounted for after 40 informal miners got trapped in this underground mine in northeastern Zimbabwe last week on Wednesday. Yeah. According to Zimbabwe Miners Federation, the shaft is a disused gold mine that had collapsed. The disaster occurred late Wednesday near Bindura, 70 kilometers north of Harare. 6 men have emerged so far alive from the mine through rescue efforts that didn't start until Friday, 2 days after it collapsed. Now, they had a generator that was draining a 100-mile-long mine shaft jammed, and they had to find another one. So illegal gold mining is a serious threat. And there's Vikas De Beer has become a member. Oh, let me get that real quick. Shoot. Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. Sorry, Vikas. Sorry. Thank you for becoming a member. So that's for Vikas De Beer. Sorry about that. My apologies. Sorry about that. Stevie says, no, Australia forces blamed for war crimes in Afghanistan, combatants murdering prisoners and other non-combatants. Is there evidence of it, or is it supposition or claims? If it's claims, why should they apologize? Yeah. A general apologized for crimes committed in Afghanistan, so-called war crimes. Many soldiers lose medals, etc. Really? I'll have to do a little research on that, Rob, and find out what's going on. If, in fact, they did commit war crimes, then they should apologize for it, and they should do compensation, and then they should pay for it. Soldiers are not entitled to abuse the rules of engagement or mistreat civilians. It's as simple as that. Or even soldiers. You know, if someone surrenders to you, they surrender to you. We can't have that. We have to have rules. Otherwise, just utter chaos. So I don't know what happened there. I had heard rumors about this before. I didn't pay much attention to it. But thank you for sharing that. I'll have to take a look at that on my newscast there and see what's going on. SAB had some coverage. Well, of course, SABC will have coverage. Anytime that anybody from a Western nation looks bad, SABC is all over that. Well, they don't bother to cover events that they should be covering. Brett says, I'm so glad those two, oh, you already got that. That's two guys were acquitted. Yeah, no, I think Roman did a video on that. That's good. What else we got here? Sharon says, I am 91 up the Panhandle, small world. Sharon, you're 91 years old, or are you on Road 91? Good Lord. Wow, that's impressive. I aspire to achieve that. Let's see. Here we go. Hello, everyone. So what's the link there, Hendo? Are you giving people links to Roman's videos? What are you doing there, man? What's going on there? Gabe C. Hello. Welcome to you, Gabe. Welcome to you. Welcome to the channel. Well, folks, 20,000 subscribers. Really excited about that. Thank you so much for that. Also, I was busy this morning prepping for my Ghana distance, through Zoom connection and making my notes for that. So I didn't get around to also coordinating a tomorrow stream with Lisa. Had talked to her. So I did not put this up until very late. So given the fact that I put this link up in just a few of the groups just before we did the stream, and we've got nearly 100 people tuned in. Thank you so much for that. Wow, 91 years young. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, you know what's been really fulfilling about doing this channel, ladies and gentlemen, is I have met some really awesome people through the channel. Whether it's my moderators, Robin, Erica, Lynn, Hendo, Shack Dweller, all these other folks, and then interesting people around the world like Ron and Swearim DJ in the Netherlands and Martin van Dijk in the Netherlands, or it's Authentic Max in Nepal, Peter Crutchley in New Zealand, Andre Jacobs in China, folks around the world in Ireland, in the UK, and Tony Nagy in Canada. Really fascinating. I've interviewed some amazing guests who've been very informative and very entertaining across the board, whether it's a small-scale commercial farmer in Ghana in Evans Larrabee, or it's a world-renowned historian like Dr. Victor Davis Hansen. It is a former Springbok like Bram van Straten, or it is Andre Sneeman, or Donald Stanford. Politicians like Dr. Corney Mulder, or Representative Don Kiefer here in Pennsylvania. Aspiring politicians like Earl Weber from Los Angeles, the Jamaican immigrant to America running for office out there, or Dasha Pruitt here in Pennsylvania. It has been quite interesting. It's fascinating to meet all these different people, some of whom I know, some of whom I've reached out to be on the channel. Also, my thanks to my viewers for asking me to bring people on the channel. As a consequence of your request, we brought a lot of people on. This week we had Dean Chancey on. That's because Ernst van Zyl, the Conscious Clerical, asked me to get him on the channel, and so I did. Fantastic guests, and of course the relationship I have with Johan and Jezelle has been wonderful and brilliant. It predates the channel, but the channel helped that relationship grow, and it's helping Giselle's music become wider known, which is I'm very happy about. She's an incredibly talented musician. Other interesting guests like Preez van Heerden, who was very interesting. Chris van Heerden, we had the Van Heerden week here. It was all Van Heerdens there for a while. Chris van Heerden, the welterweight boxer. Fantastic guest. Or whether it's other YouTubers like Roman Kabanak or Jeremy Nell or Ronaldo Jose, Scott Balson. My thanks to them, Joe Emilio, Herman Ruse, all guests on my channel, as well as the Conscious Clerical and Willem Petza. Who else? Who else we have on here? Other YouTubers on here. So thank you all so much for that. And also people who are just interesting people like Renee Kruger, the lovely Boa Maisi from South Africa, who's come on to talk about Afrikaans culture. And she's a fascinating guest. I've enjoyed having her on the channel as well. Kieran says, do you like boxing? Not especially, Kieran. I've watched it. Doesn't do much for me, but I respect it as a sport, just not my thing. Kyle says, yes, it's brilliant. The community have created really amazing folks, generally good folks. Yeah. So I need to update this, ladies and gentlemen, but let me put this up on the screen for just a moment. This is from a while ago. Come on, where's it at? There's that. I got to find it here. Where's this? I didn't delete this, did I? There it is. There it is. So let me put that up. Let me put that up for just a moment. That is just a small sampling of some of the guests. This is from July. This is just from May to July guests I had on here. And can you identify who's on the screen? I'll bet you can know some of those people, right? You know some of those people. I need to make another one of these sometime soon and update it with the people who've come on the channel since then. But these are some of my guests right there. You'll notice it's all old white guys, right? I only talk to white people on this channel, right? Because we support that. Rob McLaren makes the point about the unconventional nature of warfare in Afghanistan. Yeah, of course they commit war crimes. It doesn't excuse us or allow us to make war crimes. That's just the way it is. It's unfortunate, but you can't go down that road. It's a slippery slope, Rob. Tyson had a good fight this week. Not bad for 50-year-old. Yeah, I heard. Really good stuff. Lori from the Finland is in. Lori Leighton is back. Congrats on the hard work paying off. Well, thank you so much for that, Lori. Thanks for sharing the word. Let people in Finland know. And if you ever get in touch with Hanna Heikkinen, let me know. Anyway, folks, come on. Identify some of those people up there. Let me see. I'll run from across the top. Cornell from Never for Fame, the graphic artist. Then we have Ronaldo Hoss. Then we have, drawing a blank right now, from UBS, lady from UBS. Then we have Gareth Mason, we have Joe Amelia, Renee Kruger, Marlays, Jeremy Nell, Evans Larrabee, Odin Moja, Des Palm, Sarah Saul, Big Daddy Liberty, Ramon Kabanek, Willem Petzer, Dr. Colin Robinson, I said Ferguson Robinson, Mauro Bani, Reese Fundevalt, David Otto, Steve Hofmeyer, Jezelle, Herman Ruse, Paratis, Unati Kwaza, Scott Balson, Just Stridham, Usemri Toyin Usemri, Phil Craig, Ernst van Seil, then Ovigwe Egu, and then of course we have Dax, the artist there from the Pretoria region. That's just a few of the guests that have been on the channel this year, folks. That was just in a few months. We need to update that and get more of those faces up there so people can see that and do another one. So cool beans. Thank you so much for that. Trish from UBS. Thank you, Paulie. Trish from UBS. That's right. She was amazing. Fantastic guest. My apologies for her name slipping my mind. Thoughts on Colonel David Hackworth? Interesting guy. Certainly got a lot of attention for a few decades. Yeah. Steve Hofmeyer says, Karen, yeah, he was great. I'm assuming that the ginger was times 10 for her intensity. Huh? What's going on there? I don't know what that is. Thank you for reminding me, Paula. Yeah, Trish was fantastic, and that was when we had a small audience. It's a shame. People should go back and watch those videos. That'd be cool if people actually did that. But kind of sad to see what's happening in Zimbabwe, folks, where people doing illegal gold mining with no safety measures, no precautions, or insufficient ones, I should say, and mines collapsing and people dying. So it's really sad. Waiting for more news from Zimbabwe. This is now approaching a week since these guys are trapped underground. Very, it's not unlikely. As long as they can get oxygen, there's probably water underground, and they can go without food that long, but it's certainly pushing the limits of how long people can survive under there. Georgia ordered to file a brief explaining why they won't allow voting machine inspection. That's a good one. Read my comment about my favorite dictator and Shack Dweller's response to it. Okay, Bongani, I didn't see your favorite dictator, so all right, let me get back to Bongani's favorite dictator. So why do you guys make me go backwards here? Bongani and Guenya, Bongani. Welcome, Bongani. Is my mom. She ruled iron slap. Okay, I did miss that. Well said. Well said. Okay. Agree or disagree with Hackworth. On what, Brett? On what? He talks about a lot of things. Hey, Ronell, good to see you again. Welcome. Illegal gold mining popular in South Africa and Zimbabwe. It is, and people die as a consequence. It's tragic, but it is popular, or it's at least it's common. I don't know if it's popular. Popular may not be the right term, but it's certainly common, folks. Certainly common. So that's what's happening in Zimbabwe. Really, yeah, hope is fading by the day for the 40 informal miners. 30 now have been trapped. It's just crazy, folks. It's crazy. Really unfortunate what's happening there. So let's talk a little bit more about South Africa. And this is kind of bad news to talk about, but not a surprise for anybody. UPI, wow, they're still around. United Press International. I thought they went out of business, but here's a news story from UPI. We'll talk about that. Here we go. So, where's that? Come on. Oh, Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely Christmas scenery there. Back to the story. Violence against women is raging in South Africa, data shows, and by Nicole Geerton. Enough is enough. South Africa has a constitution that's revered for its commitments to human rights, but it's also a country with one of the world's highest rates of femicide, the slaying of women on account of their gender. Yeah, folks, having a why does this keep going off? Having a constitution that is liberal doesn't mean anything if it's not enforced. Our constitution in this country means absolutely nothing if people can contort the law and use and abuse the intelligence agencies, the law enforcement agencies, the power of the state to oppress the population. When states make laws that make it almost impossible for law-abiding citizens to maintain and own firearms, they violate the Constitution and they get away with it. That's oppressive. And we see here, it doesn't matter that South Africa has the most liberal constitution in the world if it's not enforced, if people aren't protected. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So let's get back to that story very quickly. I got to stop doing this. I keep turning it off. Sorry. All right, so data released by the World Health Organization shows that 12.1 of every 100,000 women are victims of femicide. Good Lord. 5 times worse than the global average of 2.6. 1 in 4 women over 18 have experienced violence in some form from a partner in their lifetime. 25%. Wow. This is a problem that's only accelerated in the country since the lifting of COVID-19. Wow. Now, Cyril Ramaphosa said in June that the scourge of gender-based violence continues to stalk our country as the men of our country declared war on women. Yeah, so Cyril, got to stop doing this. Cyril, where were you as deputy president, not speaking out against gender-based violence? Where have you been for 2 years before you opened your mouth about gender-based, well, a year and a half before you, 18 to 19, 20. Yeah. 2 years, 2.5 years before you opened your mouth about gender-based violence. And then when you did open your mouth about gender-based violence, what did you do? Cyril Ramaphosa blamed gender-based violence on racism by white South Africans. It's the nature of white people to be racist, and that's why we have gender-based violence. Are you serious? What are you smoking there, Cyril? Hackworth's anti-Vietnam stance, him going to the press the way he did. No, not really. The problem with Vietnam is that people try to judge it based on out of context, and Hackworth is one of the people. Hackworth was against nukes. I have no problem with nukes as a deterrence. I mean, otherwise we all would have been incinerated a long time ago by the Soviet Union if we didn't have a deterrence. Hey, John Jarvis is here along with Nigel. Welcome. Derek says, "Is there a possibility I may contact you on WhatsApp? I need some friendly advice from you. Kind regards, Derek." Derek, the best bet is to send me an email. Go to the About tab on this channel, and you'll find my email address underneath the description for the channel. You'll find it there. You have to click on a little box so that it proves that you're not a bot, and then you can get my email address. Short of that, here's another way to send me an email, which nobody's doing, but that's cool. So let me put this up very quickly. Where the heck is it at? There it is. Okay, so let me put this up. There's an email address. That works. You can send me an email there. Now, I'm not opening that email up to comments from people, but I'm just saying if you can't find it, if you want to super chat, you can do it there. But also that email I have, which is a tertiary account I use, and that was the one that has the link for PayPal. But also you can send me a message there if you need to, and I can reach out to you there. And if it's appropriate, then I'll share. But the thing about WhatsApp is people mobile numbers. Another way for you to reach Derek is go on to Telegram. Go find Chris Wyatt Africa in Telegram group. Someone can post that here if they'd like. And then once you find that, you can go in there and you can see me in there. And then you can simply contact me through Telegram that way. The reason I say that is because mobile numbers are protected that way. So yours and mine. Prayers for Zimbabwe, says Brett. Agreed. Evening, all streamers. Survive Monday. Oh, yeah. Well, Monday's over for you, but it's just getting started on this end. Thank you very much, Rona. Let's see. Lars Salas says, I meant prevalent. There are many old mines that are closed, so access easy. Yeah, we have a lot of that here in the States. Not so much the illegal mining, but a lot of old mines out west. Sometimes people go into them. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. So Hendo's just put some link up. I'm not sure what that link is. Valcom Lavagna Bota is back. Good to see you again. Every time I see Valcom, I'm thinking, Count Dracula, Vlad the Impaler. Every time I see his name, I'm thinking Vlad the Impaler, the Count of Wallachia. The scourge of the Turks, impaling his victims. Ooh, what a painful, painful way to die. What a horrific way to die. Too scary stuff there. Vladimir. By the way, I've been to the Dracula Castle, ladies and gentlemen, just outside of Brasov, what was it? Kronstadt in German. Just outside of Brasov, it's an old medieval German city named Kronstadt. Brasov is not too far a drive from the Dracula Castle, which is in the entrance to the mountains there. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. Lovely. Good experience. Glad I went there. Yep. Count Vlad the Impaler. Oh, unbelievable stuff, folks. There you go. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. The Bruces finally got the house buy approved, moving in December. Exciting times. You should come for Bri. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, Bri. I will be in South Africa, and I'm definitely happy to come by for that. What? People are leaving. Are we getting boring here? What's going on? What's going on? Let me take down that. Okay, so hang on, let's replace that with that one. We'll take down the where's it at? God, I got too many things here that I'm working with. Let's open that one up. Ooh, don't be sheeple. Yikes. Okay, I can't find. There it is. All right, it's gone. It's gone. R. Stewart just subscribed. Well, thank you for subscribing. You're one of 20,000 subscribers now, R. Stewart. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. For the sheeple out there. Here we go. Let's turn that off. Cool beans. Right. Thoughts on the Arizona hearings today? I think we're going to hear same as PA hearings. I'm not sure, Paul, because they're going on right now, and I didn't want to live stream because I have a lot to do. So I just want to do a program today to focus on the 20,000 subs. I've got to run out of the house and take care of some business, pick a few things up, and then I've also got to work on presentations for tomorrow, and then reach out to my colleague who's in Ghana, assuming he got there today. I have to wait for him to arrive. So lots going on. Vlad the Inhaler works for That's a good one. Don't scare the animals, Chris. What, the sheep? Oh, you mean with the sheep bleeding? Okay, well, you know that's coming. The sheep bleeding is definitely coming, folks. Lots going on. But what do I think is going to happen in Arizona? I don't know. The margin difference in Arizona is very tiny. I don't know what the irregularities or the claims of irregularities were in Arizona fully. I didn't develop that case. I know Pennsylvania quite well because I'm here and I voted, and I knew that there was fraud before the election even occurred, and I pointed it out, and I was correct. And we've seen even more fraud on Election Day and since Election Day, so very scary stuff. I don't know. I think that probably we'll see pretty much the same sort of claims made by Giuliani there in Arizona and by Jenna Ellis. We'll see if the legislature in Arizona takes the same step that Pennsylvania is going to take. The Pennsylvania legislature, both houses have announced that they're going to do a resolution, which basically means they won't certify the results. So I don't know if they're going to have a remedy for that or fix it at some point, but I do know this. Today is November 30th. It's the last day of November. We wanted to get 20,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We made it. So that can if that can happen, let's see if we can't get these states to come up with a remedy so that they can do something about their election before the 8th of December, because on the 8th of December, the states must turn in their results to the Electoral College. On the 14th of December, the electors meet and vote for the election. So we'll see what happens there, but waiting to see what happens there. So Avro Lee says, oh, you're talking to the brew. Exhausted with race baiting, and I would be for the first time in my life. Leave. Did you get a bargain? Oh, Avrili is tired of the race baiting, South Africa. Yeah, you should be. It's disgusting. Volcom says, my name is Michelle. My maid's surname is Lavagna. Everyone was using the abbreviations for my initials, so Volcom is the first letter of my name and surname combined. Ah. I don't get it. Oh, Sharon's parrots are waiting. They're waiting. Okay, they're waiting for the bleats. Found out Valcom is a Hoover company in the EU, but does sound cool. Yeah, it is. It is a vacuum cleaner company. That's correct. Chris Wyatt, is YouTube channel Newsmax TV worth watching? They seem okay. Yeah, Newsmax is okay. I don't. Their production values aren't particularly great. Now, you got to give Fox credit for this. Their studio, their production values are spot on. The people who run the editing and production do a really good job. And let's be honest, news is also it's information, it's entertaining. It also has to keep your appeal. So you have to have something entertaining. I mean, one of the reasons I can't watch some shows on the news is because I just find their setup or their studio just not particularly interesting. And Newsmax, while I'm watching it now, I'm not watching it religiously. It's a good source of news, but I will tell you that in print, I would recommend Epoch Times, EPOCH Times. I've signed up for a subscription to them. I haven't subscribed to a newspaper online in ages. I used to have a New York Times subscription, a Washington Post subscription, Washington Times subscription, but I let all those lapse for various reasons, mostly because the Washington Compost and the New York Slimes are just propaganda outfits. They don't care about the news. The Washington Compost at least used to report the news until Jeff Bezos took over, and now they're just a slimeball propaganda outfit that doesn't care about the news. All they care about is influencing people and misleading people as if we are all sheep. The Washington Post, the New York Times, the LA Times, the Chicago Chronicle think that we're all sheep. ma, Washington Post, Post, ma. They think we're all sheeple. We're not. Some of us have the critical skill, capacity, the ability to think for ourselves. We are not sheeple. We are not sheeple. Mary had a little lamb. Her father shot it dead. Now it goes to school with her between 2 chunks of bread. Ooh, Neil Jeffrey. Dark humor. Is that Larry Elder? Is what Larry Elder? What do you mean, John? What do you mean Larry Elder? Larry Elder's a pretty good guy. He's a smart guy. Crossroads as well, Chris. Okay, I got you. Does Red TV still exist? I have no idea. No idea. What else? Here come the sheep. I'm here just silent listening to the thunder outside. Still beautiful sound to hear. What, the sheep bleating or the thunder outside? Who's impersonating a sick sheep? Hey, I'm picking my sheep bleeding. How big a threat will Marxist election to this? How big of a threat will Marxist be this election cycle? Whose election are we talking about there, Casius? Whose election cycle? You talking about in South Africa? The issue is less the Marxist and more those actually ruling the country. They're the threat. Homesick for my sheep farm, says Eric. Yes, the Epic Times. Well, Larry Elder may contribute there, but the Epic Times is not Larry Elder. It's a newspaper. It's a really good newspaper too, by the way. So let me just find it real quick. I have a subscription, so let me pull it up. Let me get to, where's the window here that I had? Shoot, that's not it. Sorry, I've got to find the right window here. So open up the right one again. That's not it. Good Lord. Where the heck is the window? I got too many windows open here, ladies and gentlemen. It's this one. There it is. Okay, so let me get this one. Let me open up a new tab. Okay, so this is Epoch Time, Epic Times. Here you go. Okay. All right, so I'll open this up so you guys can see this. Let me get rid of the sheeple there. They don't need to be on the screen. Coming up in 1 hour here, folks. And where are we at? Come on, let's get the 20,000 subs out of the way. Okay, so here's the Epic Times. And this is what I like about the Epic Times. This is what you get right on the cover here. Let me get it up there very quickly. So there we go. I can take myself off the screen. Here you go, folks. All right, so the Epic Times, Truth and Tradition. Now, that's for today. Election outcome unclear amid pending recounts and legal challenges. You won't get that from other magazines or newspapers reporting. Also, you'll notice they put up Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona, the 6 states where things are in questions. You see here, Georgia, there's a new item. Trump presses Georgia governor to overrule Secretary of State. And then contested, they have right here the election results there. They do not have it completed. They have 6 states up in the air. And they have this, look at the Republicans have gained 9 seats in the House of Representatives, and in the Senate, they're still up with 2 seats to be decided. So here you go. Judge schedules hearing in high-profile Georgia case. Church asks Supreme Court to rule on Newsom's COVID-19 rules. Let's see what else we got over here. The Trump administration, crossfire hurricane, the virus. Yeah. So, so you can pick an area here. Let me look at world, okay? We'll go to world. Okay, why is this? There we go, world. And we'll go to world, and we'll just see what kind of stories they've got up here. Vote counting feeds in Pennsylvania. I saw that before we left. Eton College defends sacking teacher over video on masculinity. Tougher restrictions in Ontario. Food banks in Canada. UK judge. A lot of UK Canada stuff here. I don't see. Malaria death toll to exceed COVID-19 in sub-Saharan Africa. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that what I've been saying since February? Since February, ladies and gentlemen. China wine tariffs, disappointing. There you go. Australia's wine industry can't ship wine there because the Chinese block it. So that's international. That's Epic Times, ladies and gentlemen. It's called The Epic Times. So you go to The Epic Times. I'll put that link in there for you. You can get some free news there, and then you can also subscribe. They got a special going on right now, folks, so check it out. One could argue it is a conservative publication based on what they're doing, but they're more objective than simply calling them a conservative publication. So there you go. Epic Times, wonderful, wonderful choice there. So let's click on this Georgia story and see what's on there. Come on, load up. There you go. Trump presses Georgia governor to overrule Secretary of State on signature matching process. There you go. All right, so that's the story there. Anyway, and you see people put their comments over here on the side instead of the bottom, which is interesting. Most people put the comments on the bottom, so you have to flip down. Here you don't have to. You can actually do it by reading them on the side, which is a different approach. I like that. And there you go. So anyway, that's Epic Times. That's one choice. There's lots of other choices out there, ladies and gentlemen, but that's just one option available to you. When it comes to broadcasts, you've got Newsmax, you've got alternative media like this, or Morning Shot, and you get your actual news if you like. If they vote on the 14th, up until how long does Trump have with legal proceedings to still win it back? Can he even win post-inauguration via SCOTUS? Says his case is fraud. Well, it's uncharted territory, Paulie. We've never, ever had this circumstance. There is law. It's pretty clear. The 14th vote doesn't matter. See, what matters is, well, it does and it doesn't. Okay, so we know the Democrats, most of them are just dishonest, and they won't vote the right way. They'll vote the way their party tells them to. That's not a legitimate legislator. If you are voting, you should vote on your conscience and what you think is in the best interest of your constituents and or the country. You shouldn't be voting based on what a party wants. And we see this with straight Democratic votes on everything. In a perfect world, if Trump doesn't prove the fraud by December 14th, the Electoral College meets, and then the Electoral College's votes in the states that are certified will vote. And if Biden has a majority, then Biden will have his name sent by the 19th of December to the to the Congress, and on the 5th of January. The key date here in my mind is not the 8th, it's not the 14th of December, it is the 5th of January. That is the date that the joint session of Congress must meet, and they must agree to accept or reject the Electoral College's results. A legitimate legislator, if he's a Democrat in Pennsylvania, and the fraud is exposed and it's proven, and we prove that there were states stolen, especially if it's an elector in that state, say Pennsylvania, then they should not vote to certify the results of the college. Simple as that. That's what should happen in a perfect world, and then we'll have to go back to square one. So a lot of uncharted territory going on here. We'll see what happens, but a lot of ground. For funny but accurate coverage, watch America Uncensored and China Uncensored. Okay, thanks for that. Hey, Cam and Engelbrecht, good to see you again. And then John Jarvis, if I read that if it all goes Trump's way, wins 26-23. Wins what 26-23? States? What are you talking about? What's 26-23? That's 49. I don't even understand that. Help me out there. Sharon Westfall's there. Let's see what else. China Uncensored is excellent. Okay, I'm unfamiliar with China Uncensored. The China Africa podcast, you guys should check that out too. That's a really good publication. They've got a lot of subscribers to that thing. Check out the China Africa podcast. It's good stuff. I've been a guest on there in the past, although they haven't had me back in a long time. I guess they wanted me when I was working at War College, but not so much now. So there you go. Folks, coming up in 1 hour. What else we got here to talk about? So Epic Times is pretty good stuff. We talked about Liberia yesterday, and let's see what else we got here to talk about very quickly, and then we'll have the Night Owls edition come a little bit later. But horrible about it. Crap the Chinese government gets away with. Well, I agree, Kyle. It absolutely is true. So a couple weeks ago, Botswana announced it was phasing and lifting of international travel restrictions. So let's get to that. But does it really mean we can go? I'm not so sure. So Botswana's, this is from Lonely Planet, reopening international visitors back on the 13th of November. They begun phasing lifting of international travel restrictions and welcoming visitors back, having closed its borders for COVID-19. Air travel is resumed at several major airports. The country is expecting to reopen its land borders with South Africa, Namibia, and Zimbabwe on the 1st of December. There you go. One of the most notable safari destinations in Africa, become the world's largest elephant population. Sumptuous lodges, rental tent camps, the Okavango Delta, the world's last great wilderness. Came at number 4 on Lonely Planet's ultimate travel list. There is the Okavango, ladies and gentlemen. The floodwaters, the Okavango River. Wonderful. I have been there. It is absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. The Okavango Delta is something else. International travel resumed at Seretse Khama Airport in Gaborone, Kasane International Airport, and the Maun International Airport, which is the busiest airport in Botswana, by the way, in Maun, up there by the Okavango. Ground crossings resumed on December 1st at Kazungulu, Ngomba, Ramakwabana, Martin's Drift, Ramathabatla, Tlokweng, Mamuno, Pioneer, and Mohemba. Now, Tlokweng is important because Tlokweng is the major crossing point for South Africa. That is the gate that's adjacent to Gaborone. It's just a few kilometers from Gaborone. You come in that gate, and just a few minutes later, you're in Gaborone. Tlokweng is an important border crossing for Botswana from South Africa. The Madikwe Game Reserve, you drive through the middle of that to get to the Tlokweng, or on the South African side, it's Kopfontein. That's the name of it, Kopfontein, but it's the Tlokweng border crossing. I've been through it hundreds of times. So it's the place that really is important. Did you find out about 305th and Flynn? No, I didn't. I looked for it, Elizabeth, and I didn't find anything that confirmed anything that people were claiming. So, still looking into it. it's in your blood, stays in your blood, says MF to Erica. You must talk about farming. David Groenewald says hello. Welcome to you, David. Welcome to you. Any relation to Dr. Groenewald from the Freedom Front Plus? If so, help me get him on the channel. Alvarez says America needs to know how important they are to stop socialism globally. Do they know this? Yeah, a lot of us do know it. A lot of us do know it. Unfortunately, not enough people of power are stepping up to the plate because they're comfy with the corrupt, cozy situation they have with corporate tech and financial interests, which ingratiate them and enrich them, and they don't serve the interest of the people of America or of the world. John Jarvis says, apparently you have a process that gives one vote to each state if all else fails. I suspect that the 23 to 20 means a couple of states are not considered. Well, that would only leave one state out. That would be one. There's 50 states, so I'm not sure. Yeah, well, there's all kinds of things. If we don't have a result, if they don't certify the election results on the 5th of January, guess who becomes president? Nancy Pelosi. The Speaker of the House becomes the acting president while we sort this out. So a lot of crazy stuff to come, folks. A lot of crazy stuff to come. So, yep. Whoops, just lost the cap on my Starbucks there. That's kind of bad. Anyway, folks, where are we at? We're at just about an hour here now. What I'm going to do is I've got to take care of some business, so I am going to call it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. 99 likes, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Can we get 100 bottles of beer on the wall? 100 bottles of beer. I don't see 100. I see, oh, there it is. There's 100. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so 70 people here. Feel free to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for becoming subscribers to the channel. Thank you to the members of the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you to all of you who contribute to the chat and ask legitimate questions or make legitimate points. Also, I thank everybody for their understanding when there's a misunderstanding in chat. It does happen. Some people misunderstand what someone else wrote, or I misunderstand what they're writing. Bear in mind that in the chat, if you want to contact the content creator, the host, you got to put the @ symbol. If you're on a mobile, it doesn't necessarily work. But on other devices, you put the @ symbol and then it shows up in yellow so that it jumps out. Also, if you want to get the host's attention on a channel that is enabled for monetization like this one, you can do a super chat. It doesn't have to be a big one. Just get super chat, and that'll get someone's attention. You can ask your question there. And beyond that, don't get in fights with other viewers, please. Let's try to avoid that. And if you are getting in a fight with another viewer, take it offline and take it elsewhere, and that would be wonderful. Neil Jeffrey says, if you have traveled through Cape Town National Airport recently, I've indirectly touched your life, my flying wing design. Neil, the last time I was in Cape Town, I want to say was 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little bit older than that. It's been a bit since I've been to Cape Town. Yeah, I miss it. It's time to get back to Cape Town. It's a wonderful place. Really enjoy it despite all the crime and the poverty. It's a wonderful place. And my preference, of course, is Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch is awesome. I truly, truly love Stellenbosch. It's a wonderful place. I also like Simonstown's okay. And I like, of course, the Victorian Alfred Waterfront is wonderful. The Springbok Museum down there, South African Rug Museum, really good stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's nice. I enjoy that area. Paarl is wonderful. Franschhoek is wonderful, but it's a bit rustic and rural. Hermanus is interesting, but it's just a nice place to visit. I don't know if I'd want to live there. Nothing wrong with it. 305th is a training unit at Fort Huachuca, says Will Woods. Yeah, exactly. So, again, there was a claim that 305th Intelligence Unit was doing something selection, and they can't be. Not if they're based at Fort Huachuca. And doing geospatial intelligence is imagery. That's not counting electronic machines. So I think that someone is either misstated, or this is another one of those, the Homeland Security Department marked all the ballots with watermarks. I think this is another one of those rabbit hole things. So that's why I'm not putting a lot of attention into it, but it sounds to me like another rabbit hole thing. Yeah, so there you go. But thank you, Neil. Okay, we unfortunately don't live in Cape Town any longer, but in the UAE. I'm sorry to hear that you have to live in the UAE. Yeah, no, I got that from your son. He told us you guys were in Dubai or somewhere like that. So Joe Biden walks into Starbucks and asks for a recommendation. The barista tells him to switch to decaf. That's too funny. All right, and that's how we're going to end it. So thank you guys so much. I'll be back for the Night Owls edition in 2.5 hours. It gives me time to take care of some business. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. God bless. And we'll see you here later on Chris Wyatt Africa. And congratulations to all those who follow the channel, all those who watch the channel, those who subscribe, those who are paying members, those who contribute to the chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing it. I really appreciate 20,000 members, or not members, 20,000 subscribers. We're excited about that. Now, we got to 20,000 before December 1st. The goal is 25,000 by Christmas Day. Let's see what we can do. We're pushing on to that. We'll have a Santa show on coming up sometime soon, folks, a Christmas program with performers and also with myself dressed as Santa Claus. And in case you don't know what that looks like and you came into the stream late, let's just share that with you really quickly. There you go. Santa Claus. Anyway, so you can tune in for that. That's coming up on the channel sometime soon. We'll also, once again, still have the Jezelle live concert. It won't be live. It'll be a live premiere of her concert performance in Maltahuo. That's coming up. Waiting for Johan to get back to South Africa. And this week, tomorrow, Dr. Lisa Briggs talking about Africa. Wednesday, Phil Craig from the Cape Independent Advocacy Group talking about the 5th of December. The Thursday, Valerie from Black Monday on the channel. And then on the 16th of December, we'll have the Day of the Vow celebration as well. All right, and maybe on the 5th, the Denkmal, the ceremony. Maybe we'll do that on the 5th because it corresponds with the March. Anyway, folks, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. God bless. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're now into that season. We can start saying that, so I wish that to everybody. Just keep the beard. Thanks, says MF. All right, well, thank you so much, and that's it. We're going to close out of here, and I'll give you a Jezelle song on the way out. I'm going to do the Jan Spies tribute. No, yeah, I'll do the Jan Spies tribute. I hope you guys like that. Let me see. Where's the Jan Spies tribute? God bless. There it is. Okay, and here we go. All right, folks, thanks a lot. God bless. Whoops, I did it again. I got to stop doing that. I feel like Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas to you all, to one and all, and to all a good night. And with that, here you go. This is Jezelle with a tribute to Jan Spies.
Ek doen hom vanaand vir die heel eerste keer op 'n verhoog in Maltahuo. Hierdie een se naam is Jan Koffiekapitaal.
Waar is die plaas en wat er?
Ja, in die old days. Ken jy dit? Verkies.
Hy sê en om op toe nou weet sy hou nie daarvan die drukke kom toe terug.
Ryk, hy sê die hond rek sy nek, hy rek hom so lank om daar te ryk waar hy wil. Van daar so.
Gids of is dit
Die wat?
Is u nou 'n gids of 'n veldwagter of 'n plaasoppasser of 'n wat?
Wat nou? Van wat nou?
Van beroep nou daarby, wat is die plek? Aldays.
Ja. Roep.
Beroep.
Ja. Praat, ek luister.
En hy het hom uitgetrek en toe hy daar by die storthokkie instap, toe steek die by hom daar. Maar hy steek hom verskriklik aardig. En hy's by die hospitaal in. En hy kry die verpleegster daar in die hande. Hy sê, suster, help. Sy sê nou maar, sy sal die dokter laat kom. Sy sê maar, meneer, vat hierdie vorm, vul hom net in naam, geboortedatum. Sy sê, meneer, en dan nou ware die by jou gesteek. Hy sê vir haar suster, dit kan ek nie vir jou sê nie. Sy sê vir meneer, maar ek moet weet waar die by jou gesteek het. Hy sê, suster, vir jou kan ek dit nie sê nie. Hy sê, suster, gaan jy die vorm lees as ek hier ingevul het? Sy sê, ja, hy sê nie, dan kan ek dit ook nie skryf. Toe sê die ou nou maar, suster, as ek dan vir jou moet sê, waar die by my gesteek het, laat ek dit vir jou so stel. As dit vir jou is wat hy geprobeer steek het, dan was dit mis.
Maar hier om sy beek, nou rem ek met die kiem. En ek rem.
Maar ek sal maar
En ek rem.
hierdie vat. Pure plas, sê ek vir jou. Pure plas.
Jan, die pielie van die bosveld.
Dis is
Jan sny koring op die land. Dis lyk soos goud. En hy tel sy sente oor en oor as hy die dorsmasjien hoor.